You know, the deeper things go with God's judgment here on earth, the less I really care about what I look like or how I present myself on video. And there's a lot of reasons I don't really care about that anymore. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one who knows those reasons. My goodness, since August 24th, when I walked down into this field here and sat down and said what I said on August 24th, look it up yourself if you haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure you have. I could have never imagined what this war actually was going to look like. In the air. We always knew the war was in the air, right? In the air. Man, I tell you, since I was just recording a video here on my phone and had plenty of battery power for it, and dies in the middle of that. My goodness. So since August 24th, when I released my video, which I guess I didn't realize was basically announcing war on the beast system. I'm gonna publish, if my phone saved what I just recorded, I'm gonna publish that before this. I'm just sitting in the field. I have all my computer with. I was heading down to my site to do a podcast or something to try to talk about what's all been happening, because there's a lot of confusion in the world. There's a lot of confusion. And I know why there's so much confusion. I know exactly why. By the way, I don't really care what I look like right now. We're living through the judgment of God right now. Today is October 20, I don't know, October 21st or 22nd of 2025. I've kind of lost track of days in the last 2 months because of what I've been doing in the spiritual realm. And I've learned that the war really is in the air, completely in the air, in the ether. And that's the war that I never realized how true that really was. How true that the ether is what affects everything, people's moods, why they fight. And it's electrostatic stuff in the ether. And it works. And the part that I really didn't understand is how it works with the magnetism that is implanted in the earth by the beast system. The magnetism. And when I say the beast system, I really do mean the witches and the warlocks of this world. They are the beast system, the witches and warlocks, and we're surrounded by them. And I met a man last year that I know was an angel, who was walking 14 miles round trip into town just to get a Dr. Pepper and a pack of smokes, and was paying for them with nickels and dimes and quarters and pennies. And Francie and I talked about him in a live stream a while back, last December, that I've long since removed from my channel for many reasons. But he said something, and he said, we're surrounded by what he called, because angels always speak in code, you know, they do. And he said, we're surrounded by DNR. And what he was really saying was witches. And it's all witches and warlocks that have been running everything through frequency and electrostatic radiation. And that's what they do. That's what they do. And when they hijacked the creation of God, the internal creation of God, the natural intelligence that was embedded into the earth, the real earth, not the prison earth. What you have to understand is the earth as we understood it was a prison on a larger earth, okay? A larger earth. And those outside of the prison were running the dang prison. And guess what? The prisoners have been set free. The captives have set free. Who the Son sets free is free indeed. And so it happened. And the prison is no longer a prison. But the rulers of the world want you to still believe that it is. And it's not. It's not. They no longer rule it. They no longer rule it. There are no kings. There are no kings. There is only Yahshua HaMashiach, the Almighty, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And that's it. And any other kings or prophets are liars. And that's what we need to understand on October, I guess, 22nd, I'm going to guess, of 2025. In the last 60-ish days, 58, 59 days, I have traveled 1,000,000 years into the future and back and seen what the beast system did to the world if we did not intervene in the name of Yahshua. And we did. And it's over. And the beast system has been defeated. And all you're seeing now left is remnants. So the body of Christ is exactly numbered, exactly. And that number will be revealed very soon. I think this is recording. Yeah. You know, I've always thought that we would make much more interesting videos if we stop trying so hard, if we stop producing and all of these things. My wife and I have been noticing lately, Francia, that some of the best entertainment, the best artists that are out there in the realm of the Most High, they just do everything on their own, completely, like Lauren Daigle or Tyler Joseph, or I think of all these different artists that share the true message of the age, the true love of Christ, the true message of this all ain't easy. This ain't easy. We're all so tired of talking about judgment, of talking about wrath. It's like we've forgotten how to live. The beast system has driven us to that point. And when they said back in March of 2020 that there was no going back to normal, I've said this so many times in my videos through the last 4.5, almost 5 years through my channels, including now I've changed this back to Revelation Free Radio and Entertainment, because we're free of revelation now. Everything has played out in the ether. It's over. We've won. It's way, way, way over. We're just waiting for it to all play out now on earth. It's done in heaven. And the final score was like 2,222 to 0. Maybe we gave them a field goal at one point, but just to make it interesting. But this is long over, long over. They're just still wanting you to think you're still in the prison, which you're not whatsoever. And we're going to soon see what is beyond the ice wall that was the prison, what is beyond the vast rest of the earth, and beyond that, what is beyond the vaster earth. And that is a whole new thing that we're going to be exploring as we move forward in what is now going to be it's very hard to explain, but it's the new realm we're in is now age 373737, which is an infinite 17-sided pyramid, an infinite 17-sided pyramid that goes in every direction at all times. Similarly, to the New Jerusalem was age 10-10-10. Well, in the last 2 months in the ether, we have done, when I say we, I mean the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit have done work in the ether and now outside of the ether, that has transformed the entire universe. But the rulers of the old world outside of the prison that we knew of as Earth, which is truly just Israel, was the prison, Israel. And the United States, as we know it, is Africa. It's actually Africa of the Israel prison. Maybe you all know this and I don't, like I said. I'm not sure. But in age 373737, which we are now in, it is an infinite 17-sided pyramid. It goes in every direction from one center point. And there is no evil that can befall it. And there's no good that can befall it. It is only one thing. Holy, 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 holy. And that is what we all need now to strive for more so than ever. Holy. Now that we can lay aside the flesh, now that the enemy is gone, now that the enemy is bound, now that the enemy no longer exists to tempt us, we're holy. Those of us who remain are holy. We made it. We made it. And so we need to go back into the Word and start all over again. Now that the tempter, now that the evil one can no longer soil what we know and lie to us in any conceivable way, now we can go back to the Father in holiness and purity and truth and learn all the things for the next 1,000 years that we never dreamed were possible. And there's a reason why the millennial reign, the 1,000 years in Revelation, is left very vague. It's because it is what we make it. And the New Jerusalem that ends the New Testament was what we made it. We moved way beyond that in the ether. Way beyond that. So I can't wait for everyone to get to experience it once these remnants are cleared up, which they will be soon. So that's my video for today. Again, it is still October. I'm going to look here real close. My vision lately, I just can't see out here. I think it's the 21st. I really didn't look today. I got these 3 videos. I got one on my phone here, I got one on Francis' computer, and one here. I'm going to see if I can put them all together into one and publish them tonight. God bless you. God bless you. And I want to start making podcasts. I want to start making some real podcasts talking about real life stuff, talking about how to get our lives back, talking about our marriages, talking about what this is now all about. That's what's important. Getting our lives back. Taking back what the enemy stole from us. All of it. I found out the labor he has stolen from me. He has stolen ungodly amounts from me. I can't even believe it. What I've learned in the last 2 months, that the enemy has stolen my time, my labor, you know. And it's that way for all of us. And so we're going to get all of that back, and the storehouses are not going to be able to contain the blessings that are coming, that are here already. The beast system built them for us and has since been destroyed. And the remnants will be as well by the sword of the mouth of him who sits on the horse.